Good evening, everyone. Welcome back again in another weekly market outlook. Hope you guys are good, doing well, and are ready for 2021. Just let me know, guys. Sound is all right on your end. Everything is just fine. And if so, then we're gonna go ahead. All right, so hopefully sound is good on your end, and good evening and welcome back again for a new year, for 2021. Hopefully 2020 was okay, was good for you. Wasn't good for all, we can say that, because we have experienced a very bad year in terms of pandemic and many other things like great lockdown, and markets reacted to that aggressively. We have experienced very sharp recession in 2020. All right, so let's move on. Let's look at the market for next week. Let's find the setups for next week. All right, so let's look at the website techtradingacademy.com. If anyone want to join us, looking for membership for Tech Trading Academy membership, just simply go to a website techtradingacademy.com. There are membership levels. Just choose whichever you want. If you're looking for one-on-one training, just simply fill that form and send that form to me for further information. So if you're looking for membership or group training, you can choose that one as well. And just for reminder, these prices are going to change, and right now we are having unlimited access in group trading. So soon these prices going to change, all right, and unlimited access is going to end within the next couple of weeks to months. All right, soon price is going to change, so it's the best time if you're looking to get in. All right, so let's look at the links where you can follow me for ideas and updates. Just simply go to my profile, my TradingView profile. Even you can get all these links from my YouTube channel in the description box, all right, or you can get these links from my Telegram as well. So just click on the idea or setup and check the signature box. All right, so you're gonna have a website, YouTube channel, website for membership and for daily trade setups, and YouTube for weekly market outlooks and setups as well. All right, so you can follow me on Twitter and you can follow me on Facebook, and Slack group is a paid membership group. All right, once you join us, you're gonna have access to that. So Telegram, where you can follow me for ideas and updates. All right, so now let's move on to the setups for next year. Okay, so first of all, we all know that what's happening in the market, all right, what central banks has done, and because of their action, what kind of moves we are having in the market. All right, so simply, we are having risk on moves everywhere. Market is on a strong risk on mode, all right, or you can see that we are having recovery. All right, so I was talking about that recovery since very long. If you look at my Uzi charts, last years we were looking for a longer term reversal throughout the year. Even Australian dollar, US dollar was just keep sinking, and we were not expecting pandemic or great lockdown. We have seen that. Because of that, we have seen crashes everywhere. All right, so equities crashes and we have seen even risk on currencies were just going down, all right, and the short moves we have experienced on risk on currencies and strength on the dollar. So what actually is happening after central bank intervention? We are having strong strength on risk on assets, all right, because interest rates are close to zero, and you know, ultra loose monetary policy. All this is just driving, you know, risk on assets higher and higher. Okay, so the market is expecting that we're going to have inflation within the next 10 years around 2%. All right, so right now we are having, you know, inflation expectations close to 2%. All right, if it is going to jump further higher, then we may see action from the Fed. All right, what they can do, they can stop buying bonds, all right, or they can reduce that amount. Currently they are buying, you know, at 120 billion per month pace, all right. They can reduce that to, I don't know, maybe around 100 or 70 or 80, not sure what kind of, you know, amount they're gonna, you know, buy in future. But yes, if we see that the yield keeps pushing higher, right now yield, US 10-year yield is around 110. If that yield keeps pushing higher, then we may see, you know, intervention from Fed, all right. And what these actions are doing right now, these actions are simply creating bubble in the market, all right. So some asset prices are rising very, very aggressively, all right, and this is just telling us that we are entering in a bubble territory. All right, now let's move on to the dollar, and then we're going to look at the other assets as well. Okay, so first of all, dollar index. Okay, so dollar index, we all know that we were looking at to drop after the crash. Okay, when we had crash on dollar index, then we were looking for this to keep dragging lower. All right, so there we were expecting it to go for another leg higher. Okay, we haven't experienced that leg. We haven't seen that leg. Okay, we are still within that bearish trend since crash. Okay, or since March, we can say that. Okay, now the question is, how long Fed is going to keep that policy ultra loose? Okay, either they are going to keep interest rate close to zero whole 2021 and 2022, and going to keep buying bond at the same pace. Okay, if so, then we may see further weaknesses on the dollar. All right, and if they are going to reduce and going to move on quickly and going for tapering, okay, then we may see strength on the dollar. All this is going to be hawkish, all right, for the dollar. So last week what we have seen, Fed started to hint that you know, they may go for tapering at the end of this year. Okay, maybe they can go before that, maybe within June or July. Okay, it all gonna depend how market gonna recover, how quickly we're gonna have recovery. Right, recovery is already there. We are having sharp moves everywhere. Okay, and if so, then Fed can intervene, you know, before than expectations, and all these things can reverse the market aggressively. So what this is telling us, okay, so all these things are telling us that so far trend is very sharp over there. Okay, so very aggressive weaknesses we are having on dollar, and that trend still can keep, you know, still can stay over there. All right, and also can reverse very, very aggressively if we are going to see some intervention from the Fed. All right, now let's look at the lower time frame chart. All right, first of all, weekly. Okay, so longer term bearish trend is under threat. Okay, so we have seen bearish move on the dollar index, again bearish move after 2000. all right, and then we have strength on the dollar. All right, now we are having 2020 recession, and again, if recovery is going to be slow, all right, then dollar, you know, dollar can stay sideways or can keep dragging. I mean, quick recovery, sharp recovery, and no intervention from the Fed at all. All right, or we can say that no spike in the inflation, okay, can keep pushing the dollar lower all the way back to that low. So far we are not anticipating that kind of move. All right, but we are anticipating at least give us a correction over there, a daily bigger correction, something like that. All right, and then keep the trend lower. So simply we are looking for a strong aggressive bounce off on the dollar, okay? Or short term, keep trading with the trend. That's it. All right, so we are having, let's look at the 8-hour time frame where you can see chart and patterns very clearly. Okay, so there we can see, okay, so we are within a short sharp trend. All right, we are within a sharp trend. Okay, so there, lower time frame, another leg. All right, another leg to be over there, and from bottom again correct and keep dragging lower slowly, or give us a deeper pullback. All right, deeper pullback and then drag lower. Okay, or if we are not going to see that deeper corrective pullback and we are going to see short move, okay, that short move can push it much higher. Okay, so close to 98 or 97 areas. All right, so all Fed action gonna drive that to that much high. All right, so also don't forget that inflation is negative in Europe. Okay, at some point obviously Fed going to create room for the ECB to do something to push inflation higher. Okay, so they are also fighting for the negative inflation or lower inflation or deflation, we can say that. Okay, so there you can see that what I'm showing. All right, okay, so another leg lower can appear over there like that. All right, so there you see another leg lower. Okay, so this short-term move, and every time when you see that it is forming new low or testing previous low, you're looking for this to rise very aggressively. Okay, if it is not rising aggressively, this is going to be a counter trend trade. Just understand that what you are doing when you are looking to buy the dollar, you are going against the trend. Okay, when you are selling the dollar, you are going with the trend. All right, and when you are going with the trend, you are looking for short to medium term trade, okay, for another leg lower. And when you are looking for buy the dollar, okay, then you are looking for medium to longer term reversal. So just understand that and trade accordingly. All right, okay, so you got the idea. Okay, so just reverse the euro dollar chart. Okay, there is nothing new on the euro dollar. Okay, so very much same analysis going to be over there on the euro dollar. So euro dollar is also rising very much similar like the way we are having strength on the, let me check if I do have that there, a 2-day chart. Okay, so we were looking for euro dollar to drop. Okay, yeah, so just reversed for longer term. Now it is at a crucial area around 124 or 125. Yeah, and we were looking for this to drop from there within these areas, because we got another leg over there. We can say 122, 123. So again, the higher the euro goes, okay, it's gonna create more problems for the ECB. All right, because ECB is also facing negative inflation. Okay, so the strength on the dollar going to be good for the euro, but weaknesses on the dollar, right, not going to be good for the euro. All right, euro going to go higher. When euro going to go higher, we automatically going to see effect of that on the EU GDP. Okay, so EU GDP can drop significantly, 1%. All right, another 10% strength on the euro can put the effect on the GDP with 1%. All right, and we already have seen strength on the euro more than 10% since March. All right, and yes, we are looking for euro to at least visit 116 areas again. All right, if not the longer term, all the way back to these lows. All right, 107, 106, then at least go up to 116. So this is medium term target we are looking. Okay, and for short term target going to be within that channel. Okay, so this is the bigger structure or formation we can see. Okay, so again, similar analysis like the dollar index, another short-term leg over there. Okay, that leg can appear over there, so short-term buy opportunity. Okay, and from top, all right, so from top you are looking for counter trend trade back within that channel. All right, back within that channel, like that trade. Okay, like that trade. And if going to be correction again, then take off your profit and look for another buy As long as you see that there are corrections within that channel, price keep forming corrections. Okay, so short-term bullish, short-term bullish, short-term bullish. All right, so short-term bullish, and every time when you see that the price is at the higher high, okay, forming higher high within that channel, you're looking for a sharp sell over there, and price to keep dropping all the way back to 16. So prices are running within that channel on most of the dollar pairs and on equities, okay, within that channel, the channel which I'm showing there. So similar way you should trade across the market. All right, so on a lower time frame, okay, so we were looking for this to drop from the top, all right, from Monday. So we got a drop from that top. Okay, now we are looking for this to correct over there, okay, and keep dragging lower. Okay, if we're not gonna get that correction, and price is already trying to hold that, okay, then 15-minute correction to form and then go back up, okay, there on a 15-minute time frame. So 15-minute time frame correction to form over there. Right now there is no 15-minute correction, which is just slightly developing over there, trying to develop over there, okay, this to get slightly bigger and go all the way back to that top. So this is the euro dollar chart, all right, and the dollar shift chart is also same, okay, not a big change on the dollar shift chart. I'm going to look at that chart, same analysis. Okay, so longer term reversal, short term with the trend, medium term a bigger correction, okay, deep pullback. All right, so looking for, yeah, so we are within a longer term bearish trend. Okay, if you're going to look at this chart, longer term dollar is struggling against the chief, longer term bearish trend. Both are safe havens, all right, and it can also go back very, very aggressively. Okay, so if I'm gonna look at the 4-hour time frame chart, and hopefully you got the understanding of the trend. Okay, so trend started similar way, the way it started on the dollar index and euro dollar. Okay, so going down, all right, so going down, all right, and we got a pullback going down, all right, sideways market over there, or correction we can say that, and again going down. Okay, so behaving very much similar way like I have shown you the dollar index, all right, or if you're going to invert that chart, then similar like the euro dollar. Okay, so short term another leg lower. Okay, so price slightly can push higher back to that top, okay, for that expanding triangle formation for another leg lower. If so, then best is to wait for the price section over there for this next leg lower. Okay, if it is not coming, and rather than going for that short, let that go. Okay, it is possible to trade for this trade as well. All right, let that go, and from bottom this move again, this is going to be a counter trend trade. Okay, going to be for longer term reversal, and short term trade going to be this, okay, either from this top or this top, like expanding triangle, very much same like the euro dollar chart. Okay, now let's look at the dollar yen. All right, the dollar yen not doing anything new over there. Okay, so people are talking about that dollar is going to they were talking before the year end, okay, that the dollar gonna, you know, drop against the yen all the way back to 100. This is very, very less likely, as I have explained the reasons before at the start of the weekly market outlook. All right, why? Okay, so everything is just depend on the inflation, how inflation is going to do. All right, so this time if we compare, you know, central banks policy action, you know, 2020 with the previous one, like 2008, yeah, so this time the size of the policy action is so huge, in trillions. Okay, so they have acted in trillions, not in billions. So trillions, a lot of trillions they have injected in the market. All right, that can create inflation, okay, even hyperinflation. So far last week, all right, we have seen some, you know, strength on the you know on the yield, all right, and on the tips as well. We have seen strength on the tips, yeah, and tips is around 2%, all right, and US 10-year yield is around 1% and 12 or 15, close to 1.15. all right, so this is telling us that, you know, inflation expectations are jumping very, very aggressively. All right, so if we go beyond 2% aggressively, then we may see strength on the dollar. Okay, this is going to be good for the dollar. Simply, this is going to be good for the dollar, all right? Because this is going to force Fed to do something, to take actions, to stop doing what they are doing, to stop buying bonds, all right? To cut their size, yeah? If they're going to cut their size, why people are buying stocks now? Why people are buying stock? You know, everything, not just stock. People are just buying every single thing, and every single thing is just rising. If you look at the energy prices in Japan, okay, they are making, you know, historical highs. All right, so everything is just rising. All right, so it may be because of the shortage of supply, all right, and a lot of demand over there, all right. But the goal of the central bank is to create inflation, all right. Okay. So if so, then they can reduce their bond buying. If Fed, you know, we are going to see hyperinflation signs, then they can reduce their bond buying program. Okay, and that can eventually push dollar higher. All right, this is going to be bullish. This is going to be hawkish for the dollar. Good for the dollar. All right. It should be bad. All right, in terms of more money is coming into the market. Yeah, it should be bad for the dollar. Yeah. But it's not going to be bad for the dollar, going to be good for the dollar. Means that, okay, what I'm saying in other words, whenever you see that the dollar yen is forming new lows, okay, or going, you know, going close to, I'm saying that since last couple of months, all right? So buy the dollar yen every time and you see that it is forming new lows, all right? Buy that. If it is not rising, just take off your 50, 80 pips and move on. Wait for the price to come back again at the new lows and then buy again. All right, and when it rises very, very aggressively from the floor, just stay into the trade and let the price run all the way back to 112. Okay, so that, just keep that thing in your mind. All right, and let's go to the, you know, lower time frame. Okay, so let me check if I do have a dollar yen chart. All right, so similar way you should trade on the dollar yen. Let me check quickly. All right, so I'm trying to find it. So similar way, all right. So dollar yen can take some time to reverse for longer term, but it's a good opportunity. It's a good longer term opportunity to watch closely. All right. So there you go. Okay, so we were looking for this to go lower, okay, form new low or test that previous bottom and then bounce off. So we got a reversal from the bottom, all right. We got a reversal, and similar way you are looking it to do that again. Okay, so next chart is there. Yeah, so we got a reversal from the from bottom on the dollar yen. So if I'm gonna look at the updated chart, then we still may see another leg lower. All right, this might be a reversal, okay, from the bottom. I mean, this might be a start of the reversal for longer term. As I said, we need more, you know, signs from the Fed, what Fed is going to do. If so, if they are going to take action and yield is going to keep pushing higher, yeah, this is the start of the reversal, and price is not going to test that low. Yeah, but I don't think so that they're gonna react so quickly to the yield. All right, so we still may see another leg lower. Okay, how are we gonna trade right now on the dollar yen? Okay, so correct a bit deeper. Nice correction needed over there. Okay, if price start to form that correction, okay, then this correction to break out, which is very less likely. Okay, so what is more likely that we're gonna see another leg lower back to that bottom or new low, and this is tradable. All right, this is tradable, and once price test that bottom or form new low, Okay, look for reversal. So again, this is gonna be a short to medium term trade, okay, and longer term trade gonna be reversal for upside. So just understand that which way you are trading. Okay, so we are buying on all these lows, okay, every time, and you see that, you know, these buys are, you know, prices testing this bottom. So we are less interested within that direction. We are more interested within that direction, these directions. Okay, so if price is not going to push for longer term reversal, then take off your profit and let the price form new low and look for buy again. All right, so let's move on to the euro yen. Okay, and then we're gonna move on to the other charts one by one. So euro yen is still, you know, within the bullish move. All right, so within that bullish move, so this can break up. Okay, this can break up like that for another leg higher before going to drop. All right, like that. So if it is going to do that, we're still going to be looking for it to go for a bigger correction. Okay, so I'm just telling you that this possibility exists over there before you're gonna trade on this chart. Okay, so right now we are looking for this to simply go down. Okay, so chart is already there, and we already got one shot from the top on this chart. Okay, now it tested that low, went higher. All right, so that was the updated chart. Okay, so we got another leg higher. Okay, now price is testing the high, okay, or forming new high and trying to reverse over there from that top. So for next week, when market gonna open, so you're looking for that leg. All right, okay, so same chart again, updates which I have just shown you. Okay, from there to there, same again there, to break down and keep dragging lower, or simply go back for another leg. Okay, so both trades are there. Okay, this is going to be a longer term reverse trade for the downside, medium to longer term, and this is going to be a short to medium term. As I said, breakup is possible from the top, okay, before we're going to go lower. So in a lower time frame, when market going to open, you're simply looking for these corrections to break down and continue to keep dragging lower. Okay, that correction, okay, both broken, and you're looking for another one to form over there, slightly get bigger. All right, don't break that top. Right, don't break that top. You can put your stop behind that, or slightly get bigger to that high, okay, and form that expanding triangle formation. Okay, and then keep dragging lower. Okay, so that trade very much similar like the previous trade. Okay, so these are the good chart. Okay, so dollar yen is a longer term reversal, euro yen to go back within the channel. Okay, now let's look at the pound CAD, and we're gonna go one by one throughout the rest. All right, so throughout the others. So pound CAD is also a good chart to look for this to go back within the sideways areas. Okay, so Brexit is over finally, so a big uncertainty is over. All right, so we gotta, we can say that some peace from this uncertainty. Okay, and pound CAD is just running in a sideways market. So let's just simply go to the lower time frame. Okay, so again, similar trade. Okay, so the trade which I was showing there. Okay, so price slightly went higher and then dropped. Okay, so we get a nice drop from the top on the pound CAD. Okay, so same again, we were looking for this to drop from the top. Okay, when it was there within these areas, we were looking for this to go lower. Charts are already there in our room. Okay, now price is already on its way for the downside, but it is still struggling to push more lower. Okay, so simply it can break up. Okay, so this short-term move can appear over there next week. Okay, so it can break up, test that top. All right, so if it is going to do that, short-term trade gonna be that, all right, from these lows. So slightly a risky trade. Okay, that's a risky trade, but it's possible by looking at the price section on lower time frame. And once price form that expanding triangle formation, okay, then you are looking this same trade which I have just shown previously. Okay, so you're looking for this to go lower. There are a lot of short-term trades from that top every time when price goes close to 175 areas. Okay, so we got the Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar. Okay, let me check if I do have old charts over there on a lower time frame. So we were looking for this to go lower. Okay, so we got that wave from the top. Okay, and should be on a 4-hour time frame. Okay, the updated chart. So so reason to show you that chart so that you guys can understand that what has happened, all right, and what we are looking now and where price is going. Okay, so we got no, we haven't. You know, unfortunately I haven't updated this chart. Okay, but we do have that chart somewhere in our group. Okay, so we were looking for this to break up, if you remember. Okay, this to break up, and even I have shown you these corrections, okay, in the weekly market outlook. So what's next? Okay, so the next is just simply price to keep pushing higher all the way back to 110. All right, go back up and test the 110. Go close to 110. Yeah, go back to that top. All right, so we still can see another leg lower back to that low. All right, so price still can drop back to that low, and this is tradable. Okay, this is tradable. We are less interested in that move. Okay, we are more interested price to just keep pushing higher and complete that wave back to that top. Yeah, so that's the simple analysis. Okay, now what you're gonna do? Okay, so you're gonna wait, and price is already going simply. Okay, so price is already broke out. Okay, this correction already broken. All right, another one formed, broken. Okay, but it's not so aggressive. Okay, so it's just simply corrective breakout. Okay, which means that we still can see another leg lower. Okay, all the way back to that low. So short-term trade from that top, this move, and once price tests that low, okay, so just simply look for expanding triangle formation and price to keep pushing higher. Okay, so buy opportunity somewhere there. First of all, you're looking for this counter trend trade. Okay, if it keeps dragging lower, stay in all the way back to that low, or slightly lower than, you know, than that, around 103.5. all right. So Chief Yen is also a good chart to watch. Okay, so it is at a good price. Okay, it is at a weekly top. All right, so it's testing weekly top. You can see over there, yeah, it's testing around 20. I mean, yeah, weekly top. Okay, so multi-years high. All right, so 3 years high, we can say 3-4 years high almost. All right, so we were already bearish on this chart. Hopefully you guys do remember that when price was somewhere close to these areas. Close to, let me check exactly. Should be on an 8-hour time frame. Somewhere there. Yeah, so we got a good drop from there. Should be on a 4-hour time frame. Okay, there you got. So we got a drop from there, all right, but we did not get a big drop over there simply. Okay, we got a, you know, another test of that previous top. All right, the price just simply went back to that top. So we already, you know, sold it a couple of times. Okay, so shorts are there, so you guys remember. All right, so these shorts are there. So price is back at the top again. Okay, we did not see a big longer term reversal on this chart. Okay, so it went higher after the election. All right, so what's next? Okay, so the next is that the price still can, let me look at the formation first. Okay, what formation we are having? Okay, so we are having simple bullish trend. Okay, so Chief was strong because of the recession, okay, against the yen, all right, and it was struggling over there. Okay, so we are having a very nice next leg over there. Okay, this next leg over there, and price is testing that top. So what you are simply doing over there, okay, you are trying to counter it every time when it comes close to 118. All right, you are looking it to drop the way, you know, I was showing over there. Yeah, so you're looking to counter it and looking, yeah, your short-term target's gonna be within these areas. Okay, within these areas, like these areas. Okay, so short to medium term, yeah, depends on your stop loss, where you are putting your stop loss. Okay, but short-term target's going to be within these areas, and longer-term, medium-term target going to be within these areas, and longer-term all the way back to that low. So price going to definitely take some times, okay, to reach to that those areas. So yes, it can go beyond 118 before going to drop. So 118 is not a fixed price. That price is not going to go beyond that. All right, and only going to drop from 118. So it can go beyond that. It can break out that top, even can tag 119. All right. So the higher the price goes, you're looking for it to drop aggressively. When it drops aggressively, you are into the sell side. All right. Okay, so right, so it slightly can push higher, okay, for another leg. Okay, back to that top or new high. Okay, so all these areas are good to watch it to reverse because your short-term target going to be within these areas. Okay, so that's the Chief Yen. It's a good chart. Euro Yen we have already seen. Kiwi CAD is also a good chart, but right now it is in a recovery mode. Okay, I mean Kiwi is a risk on currencies. Okay, and right now commodities prices are just rising. Because of that, we are having strength on the Australian dollar, we are having strength on New Zealand dollar. Risk on currencies are doing well in this recovery. Okay, so yes, we are coming close to these previous highs, all right, where we have seen reversals many times. Okay, we have seen reversals many times on this chart, so it's a good chart to watch. Okay, but more likely New Zealand dollar strength and weakness is gonna depend how, you know, commodities prices are doing. Okay, if commodities prices keeps rising, okay, we're gonna see strength on the Kiwi and Australian dollar as well. Right now there is, you know, strong buy momentum on the commodities prices, yeah, which is driving the New Zealand dollar and Australian dollar higher. Okay, so what you are looking, simply you are looking, you know, again same. Okay, you are looking to get into the trade again. Sell gonna be counter trend trade. Okay, so if you are looking for a trending trade, all right, then slightly push more lower, yeah, within these areas, and then push higher. Okay, for another leg, and once price form another leg, yeah, this is the trade you are looking. Okay, or that is the trade. Price already went lower for that move. All right, so what you're gonna do now, just simply go to your lower time frame and look for another correction over there. Okay, which should be similar like the previous one. All right, so look for another correction over there like this previous one. Okay, and looking for that trade. Okay, so short-term target gonna be within these areas, and medium-term target gonna be this low. All right, 90. All right, so 90 gonna be a good area, a good target for medium-term trade, and longer-term target gonna be much lower. As I said, this chart gonna depend more on commodities prices. Okay, but the higher the price goes on this chart, okay, gonna create a sell opportunity for longer term. All right, higher this chart goes, going to create a longer term sell opportunity. So same goes with the Uzi CAD. Okay, the higher the price goes, going to create a longer term sell opportunity like last time. So if you're going to look at this old chart, all right, so chart is very old, 2017, all right, when price was slightly above 1. Okay, now we are going back to those areas. Okay, so this is what we were not anticipating. Great lockdown. Okay, that was a great lockdown. Okay, we haven't, you know, we were not anticipating that. We have seen, you know, sharp sell, and then we are having, you know, a recovery. Okay, so correction, at least correct. Okay, and keep pushing higher all the way back to that top, another leg higher, and then again longer term, you know, move back to the downside. So that's the bigger time frame. Okay, so if I'm gonna look at the lower time frame, or on this 8-hour time frame, okay, so we are in a strong bullish trend, okay, or in a recovery. I said many times to you, if you do remember, that price can break out for upside before going to drop. Okay, we got a break up. Okay, next leg is there. Price is still struggling to push more higher. Okay, so again, short-term trade gonna be with the trend. Okay, and once you go with the short-term trade, make sure you take off your profit on time. Yeah, so far, okay, we are looking for this to break down aggressively. Okay, so this correction which is just there, so these are less risky charts. Okay, less risky chart for forex traders. So less risky charts, the chart which I'm showing, Uzi CAD and Kiwi CAD, less risky chart. So you're looking for this to break down, okay, that move, aggressive breakdown, okay, and continue to keep dragging lower, that trade next week. Okay, if it is not coming, then simply another leg. Okay, this is tradable, guys. Okay, so this is tradable, very much seem like that. All right, and once price form new high, okay, you look in this trade again, or this short-term trade like this. Okay, so chart is very much simple, easy to understand. All right, not complicated. Dollar yen I have just shown. All right, so New Zealand dollar is also very much same like the Uzi CAD and Kiwi CAD. Again, it's you know, just simply reversing from the bottom. Okay, we were looking for longer term reversals within these areas, all right, but we did not expect that. Okay, I mean, this is simply a great lockdown or crash or pandemic, we can say that. Okay, we didn't expect that. So even we were, you know, I was showing you reversals in the weekly market outlook. Now we are in a sharp reversal. Okay, sharp quick reversal. Okay, price still can keep pushing higher, right? It still can keep pushing higher all the way back to 76 before going to give us a big drop, something like that. All right, so again, sell gonna be a counter trend trade. Okay, so short-term trade gonna be with the trend like other charts, another leg higher. Okay, so price to correct all the way back to the trend. All right, and correct all the way back to the trend and breakout. All right, all the way back to the top, and from top either correct again and keep pushing higher, or go for a bigger correction, bigger weekly correction, or, you know, go up to 68 or 67 areas. On lower time frame, when market gonna open, you're looking for, you know, short-term sell opportunity over there, simply a counter trend trade. Okay, so price to correct over there back to that top, all right, and go down. This short-term trade back to that trend line on, and once price tests the trend, watch it for more downside. So Euro New Zealand dollar is also a similar chart. Just reverse that chart. Okay, so right, so correct and go for another leg. Correct and go for another leg, or a deeper pullback all the way back to that low, or deeper within these areas. Okay, so if I'm gonna look at the correct chart, I'm gonna look at the lower time frame. Okay, so again, we are in a strong bearish trend. All right, so since March we are in a strong bearish trend, and prices still keep dragging lower. All right, so again, slightly push more higher and keep dragging lower. All right, and from new high just bounce off, go back up. Okay, that's what you are looking. All right, very much seem like New Zealand dollar US dollar chart. All right, so Kiwi Chief is also same. Okay, so Kiwi Chief is also same. So if I'm gonna invert that chart, you're gonna understand that formation is very much similar like the Euro New Zealand dollar chart. All right, so correct all the way back to the trend. Okay, this is a good trade, but a counter trend trade, all right, and then keep dragging with this bearish trend. Okay, or go deeper. Okay, so if I'm gonna look at the correct chart, then price is simply running within the same formation like the others. All right, so okay, so short term keep pushing higher slowly, but rather than going for buy, okay, so best to counter it. Okay, best to counter these, I mean the Kiwi Chief. All right, but Kiwi, yeah, risk is there. As I said, Kiwi, Uzi, they are strong because of the commodities prices. Okay, and going against the trend is not so easy, guys. So make sure you make your mind before you're going to sell these currencies. All right. Okay, so keep pushing higher and then drag lower aggressively all the way back to these lows, or much lower up to this trend line. Okay, or keep pushing lower from the current price. Right, so if I'm going to go to the 4-hour time frame chart, All right, so currently we are looking this to drop. Okay, drop all the way. Yeah, slightly can push higher, guys. Okay, so slightly can push higher before going to drop for short term, one more up move. So same goes with the Kiwi yen. Okay, so if you guys do remember that when prices were crashing all these areas, okay, back to these lows, what I was saying, longer term is that trend, okay, and with the recovery, okay, what I was saying, recovery, okay, and another leg lower and then go higher. So double dip recessions can push prices lower all the way back to that low, so chances are very less likely. So what that means is, so that means prices can stay longer term sideways, like this, okay, like that, like they have done after 2009. Okay, so quick recovery and then prices remained a longer term sideways market and then went higher. So we may see that kind of moves again on this chart. So what you are simply looking again, so again they're going to be a counter trend trade, very risky, so make sure you understand that before you are going to get into the trade. All right, and drop all the way back to that low and go back up. Okay, so these two trades, okay, and this is going to be counter trend and with the bigger trend for more downside. All right, and once price tests that trend line, watch it. If breaks down very aggressively, then stay, you gotta move, you got a reversal. If not, then simply go back up to that top. Okay, so short term buy again like that. So prices are simply running within ascending and descending channel. Okay, easy to understand that what they are doing. Okay, so simply you're looking for correct over there, okay, and then drag all the way back to that low for next week. All right, so I'm gonna look at all. All right, so I'm gonna look at all these charts, guys. So it's too early, all right, so it's too early to go after the dollar. All right, yes, as I have explained that when you should go for the dollar, okay, all depends on the Fed. Okay, so let's move on. So this chart is also same. Let me go quickly, guys. Okay, so same analysis like the Kiwi yen. Okay, we are running within that channel, ascending channel. All right, so price to correct over there, this short-term trade. If breakdown, stay in all the way back to these lows. Okay, if not, then simply go back up for another leg higher. Okay, so just keep trading within that ascending channel. So once price come back within that channel at the lower trend line, short to medium term buy. All right, and from top, aggressive sell and break down that channel for the downside. So CAD yen is not a best chart, okay, so trade these days. Okay, so what you are looking, all right, so you're currently looking price section at the current price. Okay, if you see that aggressive sell is just coming at the current price, then go down back within these areas. Otherwise, break down, a break up, okay, and keep pushing higher all the way back to that top, and from that top to drop. Not a best chart, okay, so we are currently neutral on this chart. So just simply look at the lower time frame. Price is trying to break out. Okay, so it can break up and can continue to keep pushing higher. All right, or watch price section for aggressive sell like that previous one, and price to drag lower back to that bottom. Pound yen is also not a good chart, but yes, it is setting up for a longer term reversal. Because I'm just going to tell you, just going to show you the previous old chart. Okay, so we have seen that pattern over there and we got a longer term reversal. Okay, so it's behaving again that way, means that bottom hit. All right, so pound yen is at the bottom, okay, and is setting up for a longer term reversal. All right, so within that wedge, we still can see another leg lower. Okay, very less likely, okay, which is very less likely, but possibility exists over there. Pound yen still can go to that low. All right, so yeah, at least all the way back to the 156 areas. So how to look at this setup? Okay, so setup is not clear these days on this chart. Okay, And as I said, this is not a best chart right now. Okay, so price simply can break out that high and can continue to keep pushing higher. So what you are looking, simply you are looking for next week for sharp sell off over there at the current price. Okay, so it's setting up for a breakout for the next leg. All right, so it can break out and can continue to go higher. So you're simply looking for price section over there and that trade, okay, back to that low. Yeah, if it is going to be aggressive, then go all the way back to these areas. All right, so buy is not there. Pound dollar is also reversing for longer term. If I'm gonna look at that weekly chart, all right, so we are going, you know, all the way back to the 140 area. Okay, so we were looking for this to go down within these areas at least, you know, during the Brexit uncertainty. Okay, so we haven't seen that. We got a short term, you know, sells on the pound dollar, but we haven't got a, you know, big longer term drop on, I mean, we haven't got the drop up to 120. We were anticipating that drop because of the Brexit uncertainty. Okay, so Brexit is over. All right, and Brexit is over, and the pound is just simply reverse, you know, recovering. Also dollar is weaker. So what this chart can do, all right, so this chart simply can keep pushing higher all the way back to 145 areas. All right, again, if you're looking for sell, that's going to be counter trend because of the dollar weaknesses. And as I have said, we need fundamental change. All right, so if fundamental change is going to come, then we're going to see strength on the dollar. All right, so Fed is not going to do something right now. Okay, they are just going to simply communicate with the market with words, or rather than, you know, taking actions. All right, what max they can do, all right, they can you know, give guidelines that what they're going to do, how they're going to wind up this, you know, QE, and what at what pace. All right, so that's simply going to be bullish for the dollar. Okay, but not major action. All right, not major action means that no rate hikes anytime soon for next 2 to 3 years. Okay, so you're simply looking for a counter trend trade. Okay, so from top, all right, so slightly price to push back and drop, okay, all the way back to 134 areas, and then keep pushing higher, all continue for the upside. Okay, so you're looking for price to hold these previous top 137 areas, and, you know, trading within these, you know, ranges, price to go back within 32 within these areas. All right, so these 132, 131 from 137, so prices to just stay away within these ranges. Okay, not a big drop on it. All right, so pound New Zealand dollar, a longer term reversal. Again, trend is bearish, and we are looking for this to go back up. Okay, so pound to go back up again, you know, against the New Zealand dollar. So we got, you know, strength last time on this chart, if you guys do remember. Okay, we got a good, you know, short-term trades over there, but we haven't got a big reversal on this chart. So for next week, you're simply looking for price to bounce up from the bottom. Okay, and that going to be the trade. Okay, back to that high. This is going to be the trade, or trade going to be the longer-term reversal. All right, so other trade going to be longer term reversal. So you're watching these lows, price to hold, or even if it is going to form new low. Okay, so you're looking this to go back up, at least up to that high. Okay, oh, no, let me draw in a different way. Okay, so at least this flat formation. Okay, again, trade going to be a counter trend trade. All right, that trade going to be a good trade, so going to be against the trend. Okay, and it has the potential to rise for longer term. All right, longer term, all the way back to these previous highs. Okay, so very much same chart. Pound Australian dollar chart is also same. So let's just go back to the previous high. All right, so let me find if I do have a whole chart on this. Okay, again, we were looking for, you know, longer term reversal on this chart, but we were not anticipating that. Okay, again, that was a crash, okay, or great lockdown. All right, or COVID-19. Okay, we were not anticipating that, but we are in a, you know, longer term drop on this chart. Now we are expecting it to go back up. All right, I mean, uncertainty is over, and UK to recover. All right, UK has hit, you know, historical, you know, bottom, we can say that. All right, in terms of economic, right, So worst economy in last 300 years. All right, so now recover, simply go back up. So if I'm gonna look at the lower time frame again, this trade gonna be against the kiwi. Okay, kiwi is a commodity, you know, driven currency right now. Okay, and is a beast, we can say that. Okay, so price to simply break down. Okay, yeah, it can break down. Okay, for breakdown and just bounce off aggressively, same chart. Okay, like the pound Australian dollar. Okay, so currently, you know, you're looking at to hold these areas rather than break down. Okay, breakdown is possible, but you're looking at to go back up. Okay, go back up at least within that flat formation. All right. Okay, this is again going to be a counter trend trade, so make sure you know that before you go into that trade. All right, because the trend is strong bearish, so need to watch price action really closely within these areas before going to jump into the trade. All right, and if it keeps rising, as said, longer term reversal. Okay, if not, then let this to break, let this to form new low. Okay, and then again go back up at least up to 179. All right, so Fed action gonna change this market. If Fed is going to even going to communicate with the market verbally. All right, so still going to be good for the dollar. All right, so pound chief, simply hold that top and go down, short-term bearish move, and from bottom to reverse. Okay, and breakout is possible. All right, but buy trade is not there. Just simply look for this to hold the previous top and go down. Euro pound. Okay, so let's just simply go to this whole chart and just stick to that. Okay, and price is just dropping from that top. Okay, so we still can see, you know, short-term buy opportunity on this chart. Okay, back to that high before going to drop for longer term to the downside. So we are longer term bearish on this chart. Okay, now Brexit uncertainty is over, and every time when you see that the price is coming close to the top, or close to the previous high, close to 94, 95 within these areas. Okay, still price is, you know, away with 400 pips from 94, 95 areas, but it's gonna create a longer term sell opportunity. All right, so similar way, the way you guys have seen, you know, strength on the euro, on the pound after 2009. Okay, so recovery, there you can see that recovery. Okay, so again, this chart is still behind. All right, we have seen, you know, weaknesses on the euro against the New Zealand dollar. We have seen weaknesses on the euro against the Australian dollar. Okay, but we haven't seen weaknesses on the euro against the pound. Reason? Brexit. Okay, so there's going to be a longer term move on this chart. Okay, very soon you guys going to see. Okay, so what you're going to do, okay, so short term is still a buy opportunity over there. All right, so within these areas, so once price tag these lows, okay, these previous lows, okay, so these short term trades, okay, these short term trades. Okay, and watch how far these goes. Okay, so if they go all the way back to that top or this top, yes, it's a good trade, like the way I was showing you within these areas, if you guys do remember that. Okay, so I was showing you a buy opportunity before the Brexit decision. Okay, so similar way again. Okay, these areas, so just go down slightly, tag this low or new low, or test that bottom. Okay, and these short-term trade. All right, these short-term trade, and price to at least test that 92, 93 areas. Okay, and then turn longer-term bearish. Okay, so short-term stay bullish, short to medium-term stay bullish. Okay, so euro dollar I have already shown, and we got a euro CAD. Okay, so again, same. Okay, same on this chart too. Same like the euro pound we have seen. All right, so you know, euro is behaving like a safe haven and risk on currency at the same time. Okay, so sometimes it start to behave as a risk on currency. Sometimes, you know, it start to behave as a you know, safe haven currency. All right, because of the you know, zero interest rate policy. Yeah, so we have seen weaknesses on the euro against the Australian dollar. We have seen weaknesses on the euro against the New Zealand dollar, but we haven't seen weaknesses on the euro against the pound. We haven't seen weaknesses on the euro against the CAD. Okay, CAD is also a commodity currency, all right, or oil currency. Okay, oil is just pushing higher, but CAD is also getting strong, but mostly getting strong against the dollar. All right, or we can say that dollar weaknesses. Okay, but this chart is still staying close to the top, means that struggling, waiting for something to happen, something, I mean, ECB to do something. All right, So again, this is going to be a good chart for longer term to drop. Okay, so euro pound, euro cad. Okay, euro cad is both are good chart, euro pound and euro cad. Okay, for longer term reversal. So yes, like that. Okay, so it went lower last time. We were looking for that to go low from that top. It's going, okay, but still staying close to top, very close to the top. All right, so if I'm gonna look at the daily chart, okay, so previously when prices was testing 157, okay, we were looking for this to go lower. It went lower, but again recover, right? And last time when we were looking for, I think I do have that chart. Let me check if I do have this recent. Maybe I haven't posted there, but I have posted that in the group. Okay, so same again, right? So far looking for a lower time frame corrections to appear over there. Okay, so nice one. Okay, not a bad one, nice correction over there, and that correction to break aggressively and price to tag all the way 150 or go much lower close to these areas. Okay, so this bottom is far away simply on this chart, very far away. Okay, very far away, so you shouldn't set target to that much far away. All right, so your target medium term or longer term target gonna be this 150 is a reasonable target or short term target within these areas. Okay, these are reasonable targets. So on a lower time frame, okay, if another leg is going to come, which is very less like possible, okay, possible, okay, another leg all the way back to 150, 58. This is not a best trade to trade. Okay, this is not a good opportunity, but I will suggest you to just wait for the price. Okay, it's a decent move, 300, almost 300 pip move. All right, yes, if you're smart enough, you can trade into that direction, but if you are not smart enough, then better to let that go. Okay, and price to tag with 157. Okay, 157 or 158 areas, and then go lower. Okay, that's for those who are waiting for a sell from the top, those who simply missed the move previously, okay, within these areas. So we're looking for that to drop before Christmas. All right, and looking for this to continue to keep dragging lower. So we got the drop. Okay, we got the correction, we got the drop, we got the correction, we got the drop. Now you're looking at another one correction over there, similar like that. Okay, and this to continue to keep dragging lower the way I have just explained. Okay, or go back up 157, 158 areas. Okay, so this is a longer term chart. Dollar CAD. Okay, so dollar CAD is simply, dollar CAD is not a beast. All right, I mean, it's dollar which is just driving the whole market. Okay, dollar is the main driver of the market, or Fed is the main driver of the market. Okay, so dollar CAD is just keep dragging lower. We were looking for this to bounce off within these areas. Okay, so we were looking for this to go within these areas. Okay, and then continue, or at least up to 157. So what's next for the dollar CAD? Okay, so dollar CAD is in a bearish trend, strong bearish trend. All right, and oil is in a strong bullish trend. Oil can keep pushing higher all the way back to 65. Any dip you see on oil gonna be a 1 to 4 hour time frame dip on the oil, gonna be a buy opportunity. Okay, so similar way, any pullback on the dollar CAD gonna be a sell opportunity. All right, okay, but deeper pullback on the dollar CAD gonna be perfect to go with the trend. All right, so far we are looking again this to bounce off aggressively from the lows. Okay, it can go all the way. Let's look at this 4 hour weekly chart first. Okay, it can keep pushing lower all the way back to that low. Okay, 120. All right, so it can continue to keep pushing lower all the way back to 120. So where price is right now, around 127, means that 700 pip room still left on the dollar CAD. Okay, it still can drive back to the low for 120. Okay, where is the oil right now? Okay, at 150, 152, 153, within these areas. Okay, so how much room left on oil? All right, still you are having almost 13, 12 to $15 move left on the on oil. All right, so what OPEC countries are looking, okay, what they are looking for. Okay, what OPEC countries are looking for right now? Okay, what they are doing? They are simply, you know, holding supply. So OPEC countries are holding supply simply, guys. Okay, means that you know, so they are waiting for the prices to push more higher so that they can, you know, go. I mean, supply can go back to normal. All right. All right. So oil still can drag lower, okay, all the way up to 120. So as we know that there is still, you know, 13 to $15 room on oil, okay, and room is there also on the dollar CAD. Okay, but for that you are simply looking for a decent pullback before you are going to get into the downside. All right, we're gonna look at the gold too, just bear with me. Okay, first of all, all right, so this to bounce off, okay, at least has that top, okay, this flat formation, or up to 3150 within these areas where my structure is showing. Okay, so again, they're going to be a counter trend trade, and with the trend, I will suggest you to not sell the dollar CAD at these areas. Okay, don't sell the dollar CAD at these areas. If you're selling these areas, you may get trapped over there, rather than, you know, taking profit over there, you can lose your money. So at least let the price pull back over there before you are looking for a, you know, trade on this chart. Okay, so this channel simply, okay, Australian dollar, again strong bullish. Again, if we're going to look at the weekly chart, guys, as I said, we were not expecting that crash to happen. All right, that crash happened. We have seen COVID-19 and great lockdown, and since then we are having, you know, reversal on the chart. So this chart can keep pushing higher all the way back to that top. Means that any pullback, okay, 4 to 1 to 4 hour time frame, going to create a short-term buy opportunity all the way back to that top. Again, sell going to be counter trend move, all right, and you need a nice 4 hour time frame correction to buy this chart. Okay, so you can see break up, okay, and price can keep pushing higher, okay, and can form correction and can keep pushing higher, or deeper pullback as well. All right, so we'll suggest you to not counter the trend. Trend is very, very strong on this chart. Better wait for the deeper pullback, at least you know, back to the trend line, and then continue to keep pushing higher. All right, so same goes with this chart too. Don't counter that. It is in a strong bearish trend. Okay, so very much seem like the Australian dollar US dollar chart. Okay, so correct, yeah, so correct, okay, breakdown, correct, and this pullback all the way back to the trend line. If going to get deeper like these, okay, or like that, okay, then go much lower within these areas and then continue to keep pushing higher. All right, or at least has the trend line for continue to keep pushing higher. So pullback is there. Okay, pullback needs to come on these two charts. I mean, everywhere pullback is needed. All right, so risk on move is there, so we need a risk of move for 4 hour time frame, and that going to create buy the dip opportunities across the risk on assets. All right, so Aussie Chief also same. Okay, if I'm gonna look at this chart, okay, so pull back, counter trend trade first, okay, pull back, and if goes all the way, then up to that low. All right, if not, then another leg, you know, higher. Okay, correct, another leg higher. All right, so same chart. If I'm gonna look at the bigger time frame, same like the Australian dollar US dollar chart. Okay, so there you got the Nikkei index. Nikkei index is also, you know, strong. And let's look at this weekly chart first. Okay, so we are coming close to the bubble territory on this chart. All right, so Nikkei is coming back to the 1990 areas. Okay, so around 38,000. So it's a bubble territory on the Nikkei index. Means that trend is very, very strong. All right, as I said, many asset prices are forming simply bubble. All right, we are having bubble because of this, ultra loose monetary policy, and this is also one of them. Again, of course, you're going to see that kind of move, all right, in coming months to years. But right now, okay, you should not think about that. Right now you are looking for simply dips, okay, and dips and buy, dips and buy. As long as price is dipping correctively, you're looking for short-term buy, okay, and keep taking your profit off rather than staying for longer term. Okay, another dip like that, okay, and short-term buy. Okay, another 4-hour time frame, 1 to 4 hour time frame. Yeah, so 4 hour time frame gonna be much better pullback rather than looking at the 1 hour time frame. If you're gonna get into the 1 hour time frame pullback, correction gonna be very small, all right, and you can get stopped out before going to get a trade over there. All right, so you're looking for a pullback next week. Counter trend trade, as I said, across the market. Okay, on safe havens, you are looking for counter trend trade, and on risk on assets, you are waiting for a pullback to buy them. Okay, so same goes with the S&P 500. Okay, so tremendous strength again. Just for a reminder, that was the best chart we can see. All right, not just this. Okay, all US equities were best charts. All right, we are having tremendous strength on the S&P 500. So what you're gonna do now, simply just keep buying the 4 hour time frame dips on the US equities. Okay, so there, you need to understand one thing, and that's it, and that is, Fed. Okay, if Fed is going to be worried about the inflation, okay, if they are going to communicate with the market and going to say that inflation is going to jump, right? So that's gonna cap equities. Okay, so equity is gonna start to struggle to push more higher, all right? Okay, because those investors which are buying equities now, and they are not having any fear, they believe that they are having Fed on behind them, right? Fed is there. Okay, so let's just keep buying. Fed is buying bonds at 120 billion per month pace. Let's just buy. Okay, they are buying, we buy too. All right, then their action gonna create cap. All right, I mean, if they are going to change their ultra loose monetary policy, then equity is not going to keep pushing higher the way they are pushing higher right now. Okay, then they're going to be a deeper pullback. We can see equities can go up to S&P 500 can visit 3,500 or 3,400 areas. Okay, but this is going to be a buy the dip opportunity again, decent buy the dip opportunity. Okay, but that's for longer term. All right, that's for longer term. You are simply looking for 4 hour time frame correction. Okay, another pullback and another buy the dip opportunity, another pullback. As long as price just keep dipping within that channel, you are staying bullish. Okay, remember, if you when I was showing buy there, if you do remember, yeah, so target was that in the previous weekly market outlook. Okay, so same goes with these charts again. Okay, so pullback. All right, so pullback, test these areas, 36, 37 or 36, 50 or whatever, 36, 70 areas. Okay, just simply go for buy the dip opportunity. All right, so slightly can go higher, but again, they're gonna be dip. Okay, so dip gonna be over there. So you also can sell, but needs some skills to go against the trend. All right, so same goes with the Nasdaq 100 index. Okay, we got a decent opportunity last week on this chart. Okay, perfect buy the dip opportunity. All right, so same again, nothing new on this chart. Okay, so same again. So the move is already happened over there. Now you're waiting for the dip to come again. Okay, so slightly can go behind, beyond that trend line, doesn't mean anything. All right, so still price gonna fall back within these areas. Okay, and gonna create a buy the dip opportunity. Okay, this is tradable. You need skills to trade that. Okay, these moves, counter trend moves, you need skills to do that, to go against that. Okay, so just make sure you go against the trend with all precautions, okay? But buy the dip opportunity gonna remain over there within that channel. Okay, so gold is in a strong bullish trend, okay? And again, guys, just understand the logic, okay? The logic is gold, if yield keeps pushing higher, okay, then gold is not going to push higher. Gold gonna drop. All right, if yield US 10-year yield is around 1.15, all right now, if it goes to 2, all right, quickly within the next couple of weeks, then we may see sharp sell-off on gold. Okay, yeah, because gold goes lower when interest rate goes higher. All right, gold goes higher when interest rate goes lower. All right, simply when you see inflation, you see strength on the gold, or dollar goes lower. Okay, so gold simply was rising, because we were having recession. Okay, now we are moving into recovery. We are in recovery. Okay, and recovery means that higher interest rate at the end of the tunnel. Okay, it means that safe havens to go lower, or gold to go lower. So what you are looking right now, okay, so you are simply looking gold to correct and keep dragging lower all the way back to that low, or up to 617. All right, so gold to correct over there, okay, and keep dragging lower all the way back to that this low or new low, okay, and then again go back to that top trend line or new high. All right, so there is possibility that gold can jump from the current price and can continue all the way back to that top. Okay, not expecting it to visit 21 or 2000 areas. All right, so just visit that high. So if I'm gonna look at the lower time frame, okay, so gold to, let's look at the previous low. So the previous low is around that. Okay, so correct over there, gold to correct over there, okay, and just drag lower. Yeah, simple chart. Silver, same. Okay, so silver to correct over there, simple flag formation, and keep dragging lower. Okay, so if I'm gonna look at the bigger time frame, they already dropped from the top. Okay, so this is the formation. Drag lower all the way back to 22 and hold 22 for buy again back to 28. Okay, if it is going to be very sharp, yes, possibility exists over there that the silver can break the 22, but very less likely. Again, all gonna depend on the Fed, how Fed is going to communicate with the market, okay, for higher yield. Okay, how they're gonna communicate. They were communicating with the market last week and were saying that they may start tapering at the end of this year. Okay, this is simply a hawkish tune. So that's the silver. Bitcoin is just simply keep rising. We were not anticipating that, simply, okay, we were not anticipating that move from 20,000. okay, but we were anticipating it to rise from these lows, okay, and go all the way up to 25,000, okay, but not up to 40,000. All right, so it's just skyrocketed very much similar way, the way there was a projection. So what's next? Okay, so there is possibility that Bitcoin still can keep running all the way up to 50,000. Okay, so listen this very carefully, guys. Okay, again, I'm just warning you, if you are buying Bitcoin blindly, okay, so make sure you have enough money to waste. Okay, make sure you have enough money to waste. Okay, if you are buying Bitcoin at these levels, there are many crazy people, those who are still saying that just keep buying the Bitcoin. All right, just remember that what has happened last time with retail traders, those who are buying Bitcoin around 2000. Okay, people were buying Bitcoin with their credit cards when it was around 20,000. Okay, because everyone was saying that just buy, and those who don't know how market moves, they were also just buying. All right, they were taking loans and just buying the Bitcoin. Okay, and then what has happened? Okay, it went up to 3,000. Yeah, 3,000 or 4,000. So this is simply forming a bubble, right? this is simply forming a bubble, okay, which can burst at any time. Okay, so institutional money is just coming into the in the Bitcoin. All right, I was saying to you when it was around 4,000 or 5,000 that the institutional money can come into the Bitcoin. Right now they are buying, okay, and that's driving the Bitcoin around 40,000. Okay, big money is coming into the market. Why they are buying? Okay, because of the inflation. Okay, so they are trying to hedge their money against the inflation. Okay, other assets, they moved, gold moved, all right, nothing have left, and they started to move into the Bitcoin. Okay, they started to move the Bitcoin. Okay, when they gonna they're gonna see that they are not having enough return in the Bitcoin. Okay, so the big players, the institutional money which is just coming into the market, right? When they're gonna see that it's not worth taking to hold Bitcoin for more upside, okay, they're gonna take their money away from the Bitcoin, and it's gonna crash. Okay, and it is going to crash. Okay, that's for sure. Now it depends, as I was saying, that it is going to go up to 20,000 or 25,000. Okay, similar way I'm going to say you guys, it is going to crash. Okay, all right, so time is not there, fixed time is not there, definitely it is going to drop. Okay, it is going to drop, and when it is going to drop, make sure you are not into the market. Okay, so you take your money on time. All right, you take your money on time. So yeah, this is the bigger perspective on Bitcoin. So what is the short-term perspective? Okay, so short-term perspective is just simply buy the dip like other assets. Okay, so just simply buy the 4-hour time frame dips and keep taking your profit for the next leg. Okay, so it's dipping again. Yes, just make sure when very sharp dip is going to come, then don't buy. Okay, simply don't buy. Let's go back to the old chart. Let's get back to the previous. Okay, so just look at these charts. At that time I was also showing buy. Okay, these, let's go to the previous buy first. Okay, when it was around 10,000. all right, so was showing correction and was showing buy within these areas. Okay, so correction and keep buying. So you can watch those ideas. Okay, yeah, this is, and that was the last one. Okay, so okay, so you never seen that price. We never seen 25 at that time. Okay, it just went lower up to 3,000. So make sure you understand that, and it is going to happen. Okay, it is going to happen at some point. So there. All right, so there, so we were looking for buy there. Okay, then again looking for buy there, but price never, and then again we got the some strength over the market remains sideways. Okay, so it's not loading those old charts. Okay, before that everything was just working and it was just rising. Okay, because it was in a strong trend. All right, so it's not loading, and it was it was in a strong bullish trend from 3,700 and from 4,300, and was just keep rising because it was creating bubble, and it is doing same again. All right, so let's look at the lower time frame. Okay, so short term buy. Okay, so short term buy, correct over, this is in a correction. Okay, so short term buy back to that top or new high, and you are out from the market. That's it. Okay, so wait for another one or deeper one. Okay, a deeper one from there, around from 40,000 to go up to, yes guys, there is no fixed rules, okay, on the Bitcoin. If anyone is showing you that this is fixed and do this from buy from these areas, buy from those areas, okay, that's not going to work. Simply they are just simply guessing. That's it. They are just guessing the market. All right. Okay, so last time it went lower with 7,000. Okay, so last time on last correction it went down with 7,000. So 7,000 is a very small figure for the Bitcoin. Okay, so it can get down with 10,000 and 50,000, 15,000. Yeah, and again can recover very quickly back to the previous high. All right, so volatility is very strong over there on the Bitcoin. Okay, so if you are not trained to trade these kind of volatilities, okay, then simply just stay away from the Bitcoin. And if you are, you can handle these volatilities, then look for short-term buy the dip opportunities with the tight stop loss, all right? And if price keeps pushing higher, great, okay, because it's trending. Okay, so US oil, again, we were not anticipating the crash on the oil. Crash made history. Oil made history. Okay, so oil went up to 40 negative, and since then it is recovering. So what is the target on oil? The target is 65. It can even go beyond 65. Okay, 65 is not a fixed thing, all right? Because OPEC countries are looking for 65 barrels, okay, for normal market. Yeah, so it can go over there. And once OPEC country is gonna, once the supply gonna be normal, right, then we may see weaknesses on the oil prices. Okay, there is no enough demand on oil from West. Okay, so what you're gonna do, simply keep buying the dip on the oil. Okay, so just go to your 4-hour time frame, and you're looking, yeah, we already got the dip, okay, there, and next leg. Okay, so you're looking another leg. The deeper the pullback gonna be, the best the potential you're gonna get. Okay, and continue to go higher. Okay, don't counter that. Okay, if you're gonna counter that, means that you are going against the OPEC countries. All right, what they are trying, those who control the supply, okay, those who control the oil supply, what they are doing, they are trying to hold, yeah, they are cutting that supply, right, holding that supply. Why they are doing that? Because they want higher prices for their product. All right, they are not supplying their product in the market at these prices, so you should not go against the trend. Okay, so what you should do, you should wait for the price to pull back. Once there is enough correction, all right, then you're looking for this to keep pushing higher. Okay, so next leg. Okay, so I'm assuming that the correction gonna go up to the trend line, and okay, we're gonna have that kind of buy opportunity. Okay, so your short-term target gonna be previous top. All right, so the medium to longer term target gonna be 65. So there's still enough potential on oil. Okay, so oil still can continue to keep pushing higher or up to 65. All right, so same goes with the UK oil. UK oil also can go up to 70, or Brent can go all the way back to 70 or 75 area. So you just simply looking for the pullbacks, and those pullbacks to just keep pushing higher. All right, so pull back and continue to go higher. So if pullback is going to be deeper, okay, that's going to be perfect, guys, for perfect opportunity for you to go into the oil for 70-75 areas. Okay, so natural gas is not a best opportunity, but natural gas prices are just climbing, going through this the sky in Asian markets. All right, so we have seen highest LNG price in Japan in last week. Highest. Let me check if I do have chart. All right, there you got. Let's just look at that. It was okay, so this is not the updated price. Okay, so updated price is beyond 20. Okay, so it's around 22 something. All right, so around somewhere there. All right, so it started to rise from to, yeah. Okay, so we were anticipating that Henry Hub gonna do the same, but Henry Hub, mostly West people do trade on the natural gas on Henry Hub. Okay, but Henry Hub did not do that. Okay, so Henry Hub was just staying at the floor. Okay, so we were anticipating Henry Hub to do that too. Okay, so this can this can behave similar way as well, because there is not enough demand in the West at the moment, because West still many countries are still in lockdown in the Europe and in US. So that's also weather is not so cold as we are having in the Japan, right? And demand is there and supply is not there in the Japan, and the price is just going through the sky. Okay, but here on the Henry Hub, we also can see at least price up to these areas. Like it's up to 4 or at least up to 350. Okay, so it's very expensive to trade. Okay, so just check, you know, how much it's going to cost to you to trade with your broker. Okay, so if it is going to dip for another leg lower, okay, so it's going to create a nice, you know, buy the dip opportunity. All right, so go down, don't go for these shards now, all right, because it can skyrocket it like the you know, Japanese LNG price. Okay, I have just shown you that chart, so it can continue to keep pushing higher. So breakout and just skyrocketed, skyrocket. All right, just keep pushing higher. So copper, also just buy the dip on the coppers. Okay, so make sure you are buying the dips for short to medium term. Okay, not a longer term, because the longer term move is just, you know, gone. Okay, but yes, there are going to be a nice sell opportunities in coming, you know, weeks to months on you know, these assets which are, you know, rising very aggressively. Okay, when they're going to be sell opportunity? When Fed is going to take their hands away from the market. Okay, then they're gonna, you know, go down very aggressively. So what you are doing right now, simply looking for buy the dip. That's it. Okay, same like other assets. So just go down, okay, back within the channel, or at least these areas. Okay, and then this is the buy the dip opportunity. Okay, this can keep pushing higher all the way back to the 2009 or 10 highs. Let me check exactly. So we have seen, you know, 11. Okay, so 2011 highs. Okay, so yield pushing higher, yield is around 112. Okay, so the higher the yield goes means that strength on the dollar, right? So the higher the yield, there's going to be problem for the Fed. Yeah, so dollar index, we have already seen dollar chief. CAD chief is not a best chart, I'm going to ignore that. Euro chief is a short term good, I mean short term okay to trade. All right, so you look in this trade on the chief. Okay, back to these lows or in this. Okay, so new low. Euro chief is at a good spot to watch for drop. So Turkish lira is in a correction. They're gonna be next leg on this chart too. Okay, but right now it is still in a correction. Okay, and I was showing you that correction since very long. Okay, I was asking you to wait for that correction to happen. So still there is no buy the dip opportunity on this chart. All right, so correct for another time like that. Okay, and get down, form that pattern. Okay, and then break out into that direction. Okay, so still it can draw for another leg lower up to the trend line. So not a best chart right now. So dollar rand, okay, dollar rand is also in a same shape. Okay, so setting up for a next leg. Okay, but yes, it can take, you know, a lot of times to go into that direction, back to that top. Yeah, possible another, you know, recession. So that's not there yet. Okay, so you're simply looking for this to pull back up to that trend line and keep dragging lower up to this low or new low. Okay, within that pattern. Okay, so go higher, at least up to the previous top. Yeah, it can break down from current price, right? But that's not a best price to get into the trade. Okay, so breakout, short term one more up leg, and then start dragging lower back to the bottom. All right, so dollar peso is also same. Okay, same pattern formation is just appearing over there. All right, there you see, not a best chart. Okay, still in a trend. Okay, another leg lower. Yes, this is going to be the crucial chart to watch. Okay, so dollar Chinese yuan, they're going to be a perfect opportunity in coming days to week. So far trend is super bearish. You are, you know, staying with the trend, with the bearish trend. All right, staying, you know, with the bearish trend. Okay, but yes, the lower the price goes on the dollar against the Chinese yuan, all right, so it is simply creating problem for the China. Okay, means that they can intervene. Okay, so Chinese, you know, Bank of, you know, PBOC can intervene. All right, People Bank of China can intervene in the market. Okay, and they can drive their currency lower. That can reverse this chart. So far they are not doing anything, but they are, you know, showing their concerns. All right, they are, you know, setting the actual spot rate higher than the current price. All right, so last time when it was going lower, okay, when it was around 640, they set the spot price around 647, and price, you know, magnetically, you know, went back to 647. Okay, so they are showing their interest to reverse this bearish trend for upside. Okay, so it's going to be crucial. So far, you know, Americans are trying to lower their currency, yeah, but they you know, Chinese are also, you know, intervening. Okay, so simply 4-hour time frame correction, another leg lower, another correction, another leg lower. Okay, possible bounce up from the previous low. Okay, and this is going to be the trade. Okay, so this reversal, you look simply looking on the Chinese yuan for longer term. So far there is no reversal, simply there is bearish continuation. Okay, bearish continuation is there, or the way I have just shown you the other charts. All right, so just keep trading within that, you know, formation for short term. All right, so another leg lower can appear over there. Okay, so like that. Okay, so short term, one more leg, that leg. Okay, once price form new low, so just check what rate, you know, Chinese central bank is going to set, then price gonna magnetically gonna go into that rate. Okay, then they're providing buy and sell signals. They're providing buy and sell signals. PBOC is providing buy and sell signal. All right, so let's move on and let's finish this. Let's look at the equities. So equities are straightforward. Okay, I have already shown the Nasdaq 100 index. Okay, Dow is also, you know, breaking the records. Okay, so this is just simply, you know, climbing up. Okay, what you're gonna do, you're gonna go into the 4-hour time frame. You're gonna simply wait for the pullback and you're gonna go for buy the dip. The way price is just simply behaving, you are behaving in that way too. Okay, buy the dip, like I have shown you there on the Nasdaq 100 index chart. All right, so Russell 1000 index is also same. Russell 1000 is also, small caps are just climbing up. All right, they are just climbing up. All right, so just let's go to the lower time frame. Okay, so simply buy the pullback. Make sure you use proper risk reward ratio. You are buying at the top. You are not buying for longer term. You are buying for short term. All right, you are buying accordingly, not buying with high risk. All right, okay, so pullback and that trade. Okay, so if I'm gonna look at the US Russell 2000, which is just simply, you know, just breaking through the roof. All right, boom. Yes, just look at that chart. It's just, you know, going very, very aggressively. Is this normal? No, it's not normal. Yeah, this chart has gained, all right, 100% since March. Okay, so small caps gained 100% since March. So it's not normal, guys. That's not normal. All right, that's not normal. Just look at this chart. So it's dropped almost, you know, with the, let me check, it's dropped almost with 45%. all right, 45%, and went up to 1000. okay, so where the price is right now, at 2100. okay, means that 100% strength is there. Okay, on small caps. What this is doing, all right, what this is doing, just simply look around. Look around what's happening. Look around. Is countries are behaving, you know, normally, or the way they were behaving before the pandemic? All right, world is behaving that way? No, many countries are still facing lockdown restrictions. All right, what that is telling you, that's telling you that the prices you see on your screen is completely disconnected with the real economy. Okay, real economy is telling you something else, but price charts are showing you something else. Okay, why prices are just rising? Okay, prices are just rising based on speculation. Okay, so speculators are driving the prices higher. Okay, they are speculating that in next, you know, 3 to 4 quarters we're gonna have, you know, a recovery, quick sharp recovery. That's what speculators are expecting, and that's the reason these charts are just climbing very, very aggressively for upside. Okay, so we may see another uncertainty within next 2 to 3 months. Anything else can happen. Okay, you don't know what Trump is going to do within next 12 days. All right. Okay, you see that what he has done last week. If he still got a power, all right, he still got a nuclear weapon button in his hands. Yeah, he can do anything. You don't know his brain, all right? He's just completely out of control. Completely out of control. Okay, so people are just buying based on speculations that we're gonna have quick, sharp recovery. Okay, and that's creating bubble, guys. That's creating bubble. So in coming weeks to months, we're gonna have deeper pullback. All right, so deeper pullback. All right, like that kind of deeper pullback, or like that kind of deeper pullback. So just be prepared for that. At some point you're gonna face that. All right, you're gonna face that. Obviously, you know, when Fed gonna take off their hands away from the market, you're gonna see that. But what you are doing right now, just keep buying the pullbacks. Okay, just keep buying the pullbacks for short term. All right, and same goes with the Russell 3000 as well. Okay, small caps are also same. Just keep buying the dips. Okay, so if dip comes, okay, that's the trade. Okay, previous top target or new high is the target. All right, so same goes with the German 30. All right, so if I'm gonna look at the lower time frame, let's look at the daily time frame. So formation is very much same across the market. Formation is not, you know, a different. Okay, so you are having same formation, you are looking within that formation channel, okay, pull back, and you're looking for this trade, okay, or all the way keep pushing higher for a new target. So there is the trade. Okay, there was the trade. Yeah, what I was talking about. You're gonna see people gonna get into this chart when, you know, this Brexit, you know, issue gonna be over. All right, when this Brexit issue gonna be over, you're gonna see strength on this chart. Okay, that was the trade. That was the most lagging chart, indices chart we had. Okay, all equities were forming new high, but this chart, you know, was moving like a turtle. All right, and now it's climbing up. Okay, I don't have updates here, but I you know, I was updating in the weekly market outlook when prices were there, if you do remember. Okay, so what's next? So this chart still has a potential to keep pushing more higher. Let me change that formation. All right, so it's still got a good potential. Okay, for 2021. Okay, still far behind than the rest of the, far behind than the US equities. Okay, far behind the many other equities. Okay, so you're looking for another pullback, you're looking that trade. You're looking for pullback, you're looking that trade. Okay, all the way back to that top. Okay, so you got the correction there, you got the correction there, you are looking for another nice one correction, and all the way still. Let me check. Okay, let me check how much potential still left over there. So what I said, 34 last time. Okay, so it's 12%. Okay, from there 36%. Okay, 38%, decent return from there. Okay, so we still got a 12%, because more than 12% still can appear over there. But if we're gonna get a pullback, nice pullback over there all the way back to these lows, okay, still we can chase 20%. So 20% return is a decent. Within that 20%, you're gonna get pullbacks, buy pullbacks. All right, so a lot of good buy the dip opportunities. So same goes with this chart. Okay, so you're looking, we were expecting a bit deeper pullback, right? But we did not get that. Okay, we got the pullback up to these lows. Okay, another correction and this trade. It's the same simple charts. If I'm gonna, you know, pull out that trend line there. Okay, so that's not going to be good enough. Okay, so you just simply go to the parallel channel. Okay, so same like the other chart. So there's a parallel channel, and within that parallel channel, a deeper pullback. Okay, and then buy the dip opportunities. Okay, so same goes with the Frank 40, right, or expanding triangle formation. I'm gonna look at the daily chart. Okay, so deeper pullback back to that, there is possibility that we're not going to get that deeper pullback. All right, and price going to keep pushing higher. That's going to be bad for you guys. So same again, yeah, same again. When I was saying, guys, there you're going to see the trades. Okay, if you do remember, okay, these equities were way behind than the other indices. Okay, so you're looking for a pullback, keep going higher. All right, and you're looking same on this chart too. Okay, so pull back up to this low and then keep pushing higher. Okay, so pull back up to that low and keep pushing higher. Buy opportunity is still there. Clear chart. Okay, so Nifty, you're looking pull back, and Nifty too keep pushing higher too. Okay, and let's look at the couple of others. Okay, and then we're gonna finish. It's almost going to be 2 hours, guys. Thanks for your patience. Okay, so there you got NEO is breaking the previous high. Okay, it's breaking the previous high simply. Okay, so it's breaking the previous high. All right, so it has the potential. It is very much same like Tesla. Tesla is just keep climbing. It's around 900 now, and this can behave in the same way as well. Okay, so you're simply looking, if you are trading on these, just find it out. Okay, just find it out that, you know, where you can trade on these. Just Google. All right, so big players are still jumping into these charts. All right, so test that low and just keep growing. All right, this is also same but still slow. All right, still slow. Xpeng is also, yeah, so the deeper it goes gonna be better. Okay, so same like Tesla or same like the NEO. So Tesla is just keep climbing. I will suggest you to stay away from this chart. Don't even trade on this chart. All right, so this can also behave in the same way like like Bitcoin. Okay, and obviously Tesla is going to drop. Okay, so we have seen, you know, biggest short squeeze on the Tesla, historical short squeeze on Tesla, but of course it is also forming bubble. All right, so the market cap we are having on the Tesla is bigger than the rest of the auto industry. All right, okay, and supply is very limited. All right, so they have, you know, delivered around 500,000 cars recently. All right, very small, you know, supply. Okay, so there are gonna be a bubble. This is also going to crash at some point but right now there is demand. Definitely there is demand, and it is just keep climbing. Okay, so there you are waiting for a deeper pullback. All right, so deeper pullback before you start trading on this chart if you are trading on Tesla. But yes, it still can keep climbing. It easily can tag the 1 trillion mark. Okay, $1,000, it can tag that. So they are still lagging, slowly climbing. Apple climbing, Amazon is still lagging, but they will keep climbing, all right, too, because the rest of the market is pushing higher. But what right now, you know, we are having, okay, right now these big caps are not rising. All right, so we are having strength on the small caps are rising, like US Russell 2000, US Russell 3000 or 1000, they are rising. But yes, we're gonna see strength on these charts too. Amazon gonna break the previous top too. All right, Apple gonna break the previous already broken, okay, but gonna go higher than that top. Amazon gonna do that too. They're gonna go beyond these previous highs. All right, Microsoft also gonna do that too, at least gonna test this previous top. Okay, new high is going to come on these big, you know, big tech names as well. Okay, so this is also gonna keep climbing. All right, so Google is also climbing, so Google also gonna keep climbing. All right, and Facebook also gonna do that too. So people right now is moving away from these big caps. So now let's look at the coins, couple of coins. Ethereum was the chart. Okay, if you do remember in the last weekly market outlook, what I was saying, Bitcoin gone, right? Bitcoin gone, so Ethereum was behind. Okay, so Ethereum was the chart to watch. Now Ethereum is going, Okay, trying to break the previous top again. You shouldn't be into the, I mean, you shouldn't, if you missed the move already from these lows around when it was close to 321. Yeah, it was around somewhere there when I was asking you to look for it to keep pushing higher at 300. Okay, what you are looking right now, a nice decent pullback, all right, and then you're going to be interested, then showing your interest, okay, for nice decent pullback. Okay, nice decent pullback, and then you are looking, the deeper the pullback gonna be, the best the potential you're gonna get. Okay, and then keep pushing higher, follow the Bitcoin. OITA not doing anything. Okay, so the interesting thing is that OITA is not doing anything, just still sitting at the floor, sitting close to 40 cent. What it has done in last last bubble, when we had bubble on the Bitcoin, it tagged 550, still sitting at the floor. We need a couple of billions in this market, okay, and those couple of billions gonna drive this very aggressively for upside. All right, so there you should pay attention. Those who are going after the Bitcoin, these are the charts to watch. Okay, and yeah, Ethereum was lagging. Okay, now it's testing the top. All right, now OITA is still lagging. Okay, Litecoin is also going higher but going slowly. Ripple sitting at the floor, still lagging. Okay, they're gonna rise, but they're gonna take, yeah, they may rise very aggressively as well, like the Bitcoin and Ethereum. Yeah, but again, if you are investing in these coins, make sure you have a lot of patience, guys. Okay, you have a good patience and then invest on these coins. Okay, same goes with them, same goes with the Dash. Let's call these coins which are sitting at the floors. There you go, Lumen is also climbing up very aggressively against the dollar. Okay, we got a strength from 13 cent to 40 cent. Okay, these coins which are sitting, because that's what investor gonna do. Okay, I mean, those who are investing on Bitcoin or in crypto market, yeah, when they're gonna see that the Bitcoin is around 40,000, yeah, where to hide? So definitely they're gonna go in these coins. Okay, they're gonna go on those coins which are cheap. They're gonna hide their money within those coins. All right, so that's it for enough for this week. Hopefully you have enjoyed that and have learned something. And again, thank you very much for coming into the weekly market outlook. Let me check if I do have any question. Google. All right, so if you want to study inflation using the bond yields, okay, so Google it. All right, so Tesla looks like a bigger bubble. Exactly. All right, it's gonna crash. Okay, nothing can keep rising forever. They're gonna be crashing on these bubbles. Sorry, we run uranium we're gonna look at next time. We ran out of time. Okay, we're gonna look at next time. So I have already shown pound Australian dollar, guys. So that's it, enough for this week. Hopefully you have learned something. Okay, so we'll see you back again in another weekly market outlook during the week. I'll try my best to share charts and updates and ideas with you guys. So make sure you do support for my work, for my and encourage me. Okay, so thank you. We'll see you back again in another weekly market outlook next week.